Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I'm going to read from Psalm 139 and I'm going to start with verse 14. It says this: I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Psalm 139 is a great chapter that talks about the omniscience of God, the fact that he knows everything. He knows us. And it's a chapter I've read at many different times in my life. I've grown up predominantly in countries where I've been part of the minority, and especially as a child, you're just trying to fit in with your friends. You're trying to match yourself up to them, to see how you compare to them. You're trying to do the things they do and be as they are. And whenever I read this chapter, even now, it just reminds me that God knew what he was doing when he created me. And more than that, he knew the plans he had for me. And if I'm spending all my time trying to be someone else, then there's something lost there, really. As a family, we've been looking through the Chronicles of Narnia, and you'll all know about the line The Witch and the Wardrobe, where the 4 children go into the magical world of Narnia through the wardrobe. Now, in a subsequent book, Lucy, the youngest of the children, is so fixated with becoming her older sister, Susan, that she ends up even dreaming that she is her older sister. And as she's in the dream lapping up all the attention of being Susan, she turns around to her brothers Peter and Edmund and asks them, by the way, where's Lucy? And they look at her and they say, who's Lucy? Because in this dream, Lucy has become Susan. Lucy doesn't exist. And then when she wakes up from the dream, Aslan, who is the Jesus character in the Narnia stories, speaks to her and says, Lucy, if you didn't exist, you'd have never found Narnia, because she was the one who had the courage and the faith to go into Narnia first and come back and tell her siblings. So there's really a challenge there, just to know that we can praise God for who he made us, and that he knew what he had in mind when he created us. The second thing I wanted to talk about from this chapter is right at the end. David has talked about this all-knowing God. He's talked about how we can never get away from him. He is everywhere. And then right at the end, he says in verse 23, search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. And surely that's something we should all do. How do we see other people? Do we see them as fearfully and wonderfully made? Do we treat them differently because of our upbringing or because of the way they look? Let's let God, the all-knowing God, search our hearts and change them. And let's be a force for good. God bless you today.